Oh shit. Oh shit. Hey, what's going on? Alright, so this is, you know what the fuck it is. Alright, so the last video I made, like myself, so the last video I put out was copying someone's, yeah, I put my candle on there, what the fuck. The Bluetooth is off. Hopefully you guys got all that. Anyways, I didn't see much yet. I'm pretty pissed off. Well, not pissed off, but I just made this video that I'm making right now, and Bluetooth was on, laying on my fucking headset. The mic wasn't on correctly, so none of it recorded. I was pissed. But anyways, last video I made was about, oh, if you're wondering why I always look so grungy lately, bubbles on my face while I'm working and one nights this week. So right now it's 1 p.m. maybe where I am, I think. I don't know. But it's more like 1 a.m. to me. I haven't slept yet. I just worked all night, spent time with the kids, and now it's my time to go to sleep until about 8 or 9 o'clock tonight, and I go in for work. I am an essential service, if you're wondering. If you don't know what I do, I get rid of cancer-causing carcinogens that are in transformers. We are hazardous reclamation. I don't know. We fuck with hazardous materials, cancer-causing materials. I'm taking that away so people don't die of cancer. I am actively and voluntarily took a job where, you know, it's very possible that I could, you know, get a disease, but it's to help mankind not get that disease, because I believe I'm in control. Well, I'm not in control of my body and my body's ability to stave off cancer, but I have the ability to influence my body to make the right decisions, and I know what to do to keep my body working in great order, so that out of anybody that I know, I would be the least likely to get cancer. Alright, sorry about that. Anyways, so out of everybody I know, family, friends, I would be less likely to get cancer because of the practice that I do. Now, I can't know what people don't do and what people don't tell me, but so when it was time to go back to work after the time I manifested to stay home, this is the job I chose because, you know, I have podcasts about this, but I manifested ways to stay home and work, and I've had multiple jobs, and there's still things that I do now that bring income in, that, you know, 20 minutes a day, you know, 20 bucks, 40 bucks, something like 60, 80, you know, it's crazy. So something I can always go full time, but, you know, I believe in what I do. I'm not just saying that because it's a job, and I talk so much about how, or I used to talk so much about how you shouldn't have to work and whatever, but it's one of those things that, you know, if I stay home and I'm not doing anything, you know, anyways, that's not what this is about. So the last video I put on, not the recorded video, but the video I spoke in last, was about a certain person who sent me a message, called me an asshole, and didn't like that I had a video that was insulting or talking shit about Thunder Wizard. And he said, I am a Christian and Thunder Wizard and me are friends. And so I made a response to that because he deleted his message and I couldn't send him a message back because otherwise I wouldn't have made the video. And once again, but he has messaged me saying, apologizing to me, and I said, no need for your apology, as I didn't hold any animosity or anger or frustration or resentment towards you. I didn't tell him I made that video, so if he sees it, I guess this video is for you, or at least the beginning right here, right now. But the reason I don't hold any animosity towards you or resentment towards you or anger, and that's the reason I made that video. And I would have just did it with a comment if I had the chance, but I didn't. And like I said, I wasn't going to search up your name. It's easier just to hit record and post. But I made that video, and, you know, there might be some slight insults in there, and you can probably see a little bit of, you know, frustration and a little anger in my face, and I gave you a few jabs, but overall I think I was trying to help. But I don't hold things in my mind hatred, resentment, anger towards anybody. I gotta guard the gates to my mind. I gotta guard the incoming, and I gotta monitor the outgoing. And I've done specific things in the realm of hypnosis and reprogramming my mind to only manifest desires at my altar, which can happen either actually physically at my altar or in my mind at my altar. Okay? Now, the first video I made of this that didn't have any audio, I went into huge depth about reject, banish, deny, which I talk about a lot, but I just got a notification for high percentage magic, and then after being frustrated that my video didn't have any audio, I watched his video, and he actually says to banish away your negative thoughts, and he gives you a writing down technique. If you can, write it down and rip that bitch up, throw it away. Anyways, I'll put the link if I remember down here, because I really like high percentage magic and he's helped me out a lot. I learned a lot from him, so it's something I definitely think people should check out. But nonetheless, so I won't go into too much detail on that because he just talked about it. And I don't want people to think I'm copycatting somebody that I enjoy, and I don't want him to think that either. So in case he's never heard any of my stuff, he thinks I just took that from him, which is not the case. Sorry, my eyes fucking itchy as shit. I was trying to see there's something in it. Could be I'm just more tired, but anyways, but yeah, and so, but nonetheless, even though I program myself to only manifest at certain times, like at my altar or the altar in my mind, in my imagination, which means I can be anywhere to try to manifest, but generally speaking, I'd rather do it at my altar. And there's other things specifically in there as well, and that's why I have a sigil that means my name, because I sign my name with everything I fucking do. But just in case, because as much as there is probably over-exaggerated information and, you know, theory about psychic attack, there are people that are just naturally born to use their mind quicker and, you know, can see things and create things, and they may not even know about it. And, you know, being somebody that uses his mind and is tapping into that and always learning new things every day about it, the last thing I want to do is think about somebody who pissed me off in a shitty way. And if for some reason I allow my emotions, my anger, the Mars, whatever you want to think of it, as a deity, as an egregore, as a thought form, as a evil entity, something that possesses us, which is just pretty much all in our mind. But if that thing takes me over, like the way that when you fall in love, it takes over and you start doing things you've never done before, or when you're hateful, or you catch your wife cheating and you kill the man or the woman, or you do something, or you beat them up, or that asshole that hits his children, or whatever the case is. You know, maybe that's not all just on fucking emotion, but still, point is, you allow yourself to soak in that 20 minutes of fucking anger, and you can think some pretty harsh shit. I don't want to send nobody nothing. I don't want to create a circle, karma, and I send out negative energy and I get negative energy back. I'd rather send out positive energy and get positive back. So, no issues, my friend. I appreciate your apology. And I thank you even for doing that. And, you know, I learned a bit from that exchange as well. Like I said, I sent Thunder Wizard my own nasty message that one time, and I believe this is part of my karma coming back to me, was what you did to me. So no worries, and I really appreciate the kind words you gave me, so thank you. So if you end up watching that video, I'm not going to take it down because I think I said some things of importance that could help other people out as well. But in all honesty, I don't mean those things, the jabs anyways. Some of the other things, you know, they might be true, they may not be true, and that was just for you. But if it helps someone else in the process, then great. But the point is, yeah, this is just I guess a warning. If you do watch the rest of my videos and you see that one, you're like, what the fuck, did he make this after or not? And well, this video will provide the answer to be like, well, I thought we were good, and now he's making this video. What the fuck's going on? He's not good, he doesn't like me, you know, fuck this asshole. Well, if you watch this is going to be me basically explaining when I made that video, when I'm making this video. So when I made that video was before I got your messages saying sorry, and the information you gave me today about, well, I won't repeat, they're there for anybody to see, but I won't repeat. But But anyway, so that's what's up. But you know, I don't yeah, I don't hold anything against you. There's no worries. So anyways, I do wish you well. I wish you all the best. I hope everything works out. And now I'll play the recorded info that I recorded yesterday and this morning. And then I'm gonna get off to fucking sleep, because yeah, I gotta fucking sleep. But anyways, as always, have yourselves a great fucking day. Alright, let's turn the brightness up in this bitch like it's daytime. What's going on, everybody? You know who it is. And yeah, put out a lot of videos yesterday. Well, not a lot, I think 2, fuck, whatever, maybe 3, maybe 2, maybe 4, I don't know. Might have been 4, I don't fucking know. But anyways, don't matter. Just to kind of I wanted to start. I don't think anybody's watched it yet, but that one video is really good information, and you know, no one watches it, then I'm not gonna bother putting out the rest of it, because you know, like I said, that one guy's got about 44,000 subscribers. So there's at least 44,000 people that I know of that saw it. Plus, I mean, I wasn't even subscribed to it. I thought I already subscribed to it, but technically I wasn't subscribed to it. So I was one of the people that watched it without subscribing to it. So 44,000 subscribers probably means like a fuckload of people watch this shit. So that's awesome. And not that I want the whole world to be atheists, but I want people to take this shit seriously and do what they gotta do, you know? Because the state of the world right now is fucked up. And in all honesty, if you listen to what I played yesterday, or you go to this man's YouTube page and you listen to his information, is how I used to be Christian, or my reason I went from atheist to Christian. I forget the name of the playlist, but I think there's 22 videos in it, and he gives you how he describes his fucking life as a child, his belief in God, like so fucking good. It reminds me of when I was a kid and I believe in God, because I had very similar events. Now, when I used to speak to God, pray to God and shit like that, like God would answer me, but for me it was more visual than actually yes or no answers and shit like that. But in the same sense, he talks about how his definition of being a good person, or doing what was right, meant not just following and believing. Sorry about that. Anyways, it doesn't mean just because God has these rules for us, right? And this guy intuitively knew that following, even though he was a Christian, his rules, the way he interpreted it, was that he was going to do what was right, seek truth, even if it meant doing something right meant you were going to burn in hell for all eternity. That's the kind of sacrifice he was ready to do for God. He thought that was what a moral person should do, and it meant like if you had to break the rules, but it was the ultimate right, our ultimate moral thing to do, then that means, you know, that was right. And that's how I felt as a child too, and I still kind of feel like that, in all honesty. I still feel like that's the case. I still feel like you know, people follow Judaism, Christianity. I mean, not Judaism so much, but I don't like going hard on Judaism, because there's a lot of things that I do that are similar to Judaism. I'm not a Jew by any stretch of the imagination, or believe in the Jewish God. But what I do believe is in some of their traditions and some of their older pagan traditions. But anyways, when I was a child, though, I felt the same way. Like, being a moral person, being a good person meant doing what was necessary, what was right, and not just because your church or your priest or someone said this is right. If what they said was right felt wrong in your heart, then you had to follow your heart, because that's overall where God, Jesus was. That's how I felt as a kid too. But anyways, my point is, the way this guy describes it, like, really hit home with me. It really struck me, because, you know, he describes it so well that, you know, I didn't even have to use my imagination the way he describes it. So that's why I said, like, this could have been a book, because as he describes his life, like, I wasn't even watching the video. I did after, and like, he shows different things in the video of his life, but without even watching the video, like, his description was enough for my imagination, or for my mind to show me like exactly what he's talking about. And it was so hit home. But he does say at one point that he would be ready to kill for his God. You know, he felt it was wrong, and there were certain places in the Bible where, you know, Judas, after in Acts, Judas, after he betrays Jesus, he goes to the cornfield. He goes and buys a cornfield or something with the money he gets, and then God fucks him right up, tears his fucking stomach open, and his intestines get fucking shot out and eaten by birds and shit like that. And you know, as a Christian and believing in Jesus, he was all that. It's awesome, good for that motherfucker, basically. And then when he starts having this conversation with this older guy who's very literate, who gets him to start thinking that that Christianity isn't what he thinks it is, and that there's many scholars around the world, most educated people like himself, do not believe in this. And you know, he doesn't believe it at first, so then he tells him to go look at the account in Matthew of what happens to Judas after he betrays Jesus, and a few other places, and see how within the Bible there's contradictions in the Bible. So he goes to Matthew and he's expecting to see the same thing as he saw in, I think it's the Acts, I don't remember, but and then he sees that, and this is what I learned, that Judas hangs himself. He feels so bad, he doesn't even take the money, and he goes and hangs himself. And he's like, what? He was so fucking angry, and that it was the beginning of his eyes being opened, was right there and there. And I remember the same thing, not that, it wasn't that specific example, I won't get into the example, but there was an example like that. That's what made me start questioning. But the overall thing I like about it is because he's got an intuitive gift. As a child, he had a very religious experience, and it doesn't matter if it would have been within Christianity, Judaism, it wouldn't matter what religion he had that experience within. He is one of those people that, you know, has more of an energy, talent, gift to feeling energy and being able to tap into inner guidance, inner intuition and shit like that. And that's why he was so advanced. And that's why he's so bright and so talented. And, you know, his brain is just, it's almost incomprehensible. But, you know, because I consider myself to be, you know, above average when it comes to my intellect and my mind and all that. And, you know, I've been tested and I got a high enough IQ. I mean, with a test I did a long time ago, but, you know, I've done recent ones too, because you can get little things. I'm always above average, you know. I'm not going to say I'm the smartest man in the world, because that's just stupid to say something like that. But I think I'm able to comprehend things that, you know, some people don't, or I think I'm more advanced than other people. And I think I talk about things sometimes that, you know, might not be ready for some people, but then I know there's people that are above me that, you know, maybe the things I say is what helped them, or, you know, who knows. Anyways, but the point is that his transformation, the way he says this story is just so remarkable. And, you know, maybe people aren't ready for that, but the way the world is right now, the way people are out there looting and hurting and doing shit, when you hear Christians talk about witches and other things that, you know, I played this one guy on here, you know, he seemed like a well-balanced guy, and he was trying to talk about how there's spells out there fucking up our minds and all this, you know, but, you know, he talked in kind of a depolarized voice. But then when he got into this one part, he said, but when it comes to you witches, I would bring down the fucking angel of death onto you, and blah, 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 blah. It's like, holy fuck, polarity much. And, you know, I still subscribe to the guy. I still watched a bunch of his videos, because he had the videos that he didn't give like his opinion on, just the information. It was good information. But then when he got going on his own belief systems and programming and all this religious bullshit, it was just a little too much. But there's no shortage of examples of people that believe in God and believe in Christ that are willing to kill a specific either gender, race, type. It could be some people, you know, they're okay with gays, but they hate witches. Some people, it's just anybody, magic practitioners. Some people, it's gays, because the Bible, you know, doesn't like a lot of these groups, right? So, but there's no shortage of people that are very religious, that believe in Jesus, love everybody, and don't do unto others what you don't want to do to you, and, you know, don't judge and all this. But all these people have an overall good attitude, except for one or two fucking groups that they would kill if Jesus quote unquote told them to, you know. So that's one of the things I wanted to show, because right now there's a lot of people doing a lot of harm to this world in the name of justice, and, you know, we got to do something for Floyd, and, you know, yeah, we do, because that was wrong. But going around hurting and killing more people and destroying people's property and shit like that isn't going to do a fucking thing. Now, it does, in one sense, serve to show that people are not going to take this shit anymore. But the result is them taking whoever they are. And I don't believe in, governments, elites, and shit like that. But, there is governments that have militaries that will protect their taxpayers. And if people are looting, then they consider them a threat to the rest of the taxpayers. Even if those people are taxpayers, it doesn't matter. All the debt, all the money they're giving out right now for Corona and CERP, whatever, in Canada, States, England, Russia, Germany, Australia, all these places, the people that are going to pay that money back is the working class people, is the, taxpayers. Because anybody on disability, the system, even the people that worked their whole life, they worked and paid that money, so they deserve that money. But the money is technically coming from the government's fund now, even though they did pay it initially. But the point is, they need to protect their taxpayers, because those are the people that are going to pay this back. And if people go around killing people, there's not enough taxpayers to pay this back, well, we're in debt longer. So, and the politicians are going to take a cut in what they make. So you best know that if people are going around hurting, killing people, destroying people's businesses that the government can tax, the government's going to take that very seriously and kibosh this real fucking fast. And if they got to put down a few to save the many, they will. So please, if you are out there and you are doing this stuff, I applaud you for taking up a stand. If you are doing it for the right reasons, at least, or you think they're the right reasons, and you're doing it actually for Floyd and not just to bring down the system because of what you saw on the internet, then I applaud you. But please, you're going to get hurt if you keep going. And I'm not threatening you, because I'm not the one who's going to come out there. But I don't want to see any more people get hurt, get killed. I want that to stop. It should stop. We need this to stop. This is not how we change the world, and I'm not saying it needs to be changed in all love and light. I'll be the first one to take up arms to protect our rights and freedoms. But right now, I'm more afraid of the people looting and gluing. I'm not afraid, but I would have to protect myself against my own people and not my government. I'm already protected against the government and whatever they can do and mind fuck me and all that shit. I'm not worried about any of that. I'm worried about the guy pulling out a gun at, a kid's school or at a fucking shopping mall or at a grocery store right now because of Floyd. We gotta kill the cops, yeah, maybe we just need to get rid of the police and we can police ourselves. But if this is how we're gonna police ourselves, then it's a shitty example of how we don't no longer need cops. If anything, we need more cops right now is what they're gonna say. I don't believe that, but that's what they're gonna say. Hi, what's going on, everybody? I just finished work, just had a shower. That's why I look all wet and silky smooth. Anyways, I'm watching the Thunder Wizard Q&A. It was live at one point. It's no longer live, and I haven't got all the way through it. But there's some religious dude who's trying to go against Thunder Wizard, and I applaud the guy for doing that, because, well, I was going to do that, and I'm glad it never happened. And, it's not for me to say if Thunder Wizard is evolved or unevolved or anything like that, but, I think he's actually doing a pretty good job right now. And, I could be wrong. He could be totally fucking just whatever, trying to polarize people either for or against religion, because I don't agree with the whole pick a side of the Bible thing, but because I don't want to pick for or against the Bible. I don't want to use that Bible. But in all honesty, the one guy who is trying to prove him wrong or school Thunder Wizard said something about, and I'm pretty sure it was from Jordan Peterson, where he got some of the idea, or maybe the whole idea was what Jesus carrying his cross means, and the interpretation he gave was to carry your responsibility. Go ahead. Was to own your responsibility to and well, the guy took it maybe too far and said, and not burden people with sorrow. And in one sense, what Thunder Wizard said was simply that somebody, oh no, it's okay, I don't need no help, and pretends to be, no one helps me, I do everything for everybody, and, and he's got a point in that sense. But then there's the type of person who always and gets addicted to negativity, gets addicted to sharing their sorrow, and has a pity party all the time. And like sometimes it's like, no, fuck that, I don't want to deal with this person. And if someone's always negative and twist everything to a negative side, and because they're a narcissistic person who just wants to see the world burn and likes getting people in a bad mood, well then I'd say, you walk away from those fucking people. Now, it's one thing to heal somebody whenever, you know, they're not the type of person to bitch and they're in a hard place and you see they're hurting inside, and then you go up and ask them, hey, is there anything I can do? That's a whole different ballgame. But the pity party type, like, give me your pity, give me your sorrow so I can make you feel bad about my life, that kind of fucking shit, And I think that's what Peterson meant if he did say, and not share it with other people. Because if you're in that stage where you want pity parties all the time, then of course, yeah, you don't share that with other people. But in the same sense, I get what Wizard's saying as well. You have to let that shit out, because if you don't let that shit out, that shit will give you disease. He said that exactly it. So once again, there's balance. There is two sides and like a middle path you gotta take with this shit. You don't share everything with everybody. If you are in a pity me fucking state and you don't know it, well, how are you gonna know it? But when I get in those moods, not right away. For the first 20 minutes, I have no idea. And then after that, I can start seeing, okay, no, I'm in a pity party. I gotta fucking knock this shit off. And, you know, you gotta find that even balance. But the one thing I never kind of put together that he said, actually, I don't think Thunder Wizard actually said this, but when he was talking about the whole Jesus carried his cross, yeah, to his death. You know, I think he was making the comparison to, like, you know, they told him he was gonna die, and they made him carry his own cross, and then he did, you know, and then, you know, you can think about, like, holding something in, like, I'm gonna die, fuck, this shit sucks, I'm gonna die, and then you end up dying because, you know, you're stressed out all the time. But, you know, if you want to take that literally, if I was Jesus and I knew I was gonna die, I would have dropped the fucking cross and said, fuck you, you fucking Roman fucks. You want to fucking kill me? Then fucking kill me. But I'll be goddamned if I'm gonna carry my own fucking cross for you to fucking nail me to, you pieces of shit. You know what I mean? Something I never thought of before. Like, why the fuck, if you're gonna die, would you carry your cross? Out of pride? A false sense of pride? Like, I'm so strong that when they kill me, I'm gonna carry my cross before they kill me on it. That is the stupidest logic ever. Take that fucking cross and smash them in the face with it, and then they'll just kill you faster because they can't control how fucking pissed off they are. You know, at the very least, at least they'll fucking, you know, they can say, oh, I'll make it worse if you don't carry your cross. Well, fucking make it worse. Carrying a cross up a hill is already pretty fucking bad, man. But anyways, just wanted to add that in there before I forgot it. And, you know.
All right, hopefully you can hear this. I was supposed to add a lot more to this video, but, you know, started making it yesterday, a couple hours ago, like 24 hours from this time, a couple hours ago, however that works out to be, like 26 hours ago. And, you know, now it's a whole other night, so I'm just going to put what I have up. But, you know, if you support the whole George Floyd thing, if you think rioting and all that shit's a good idea, I mean, I support protesting and all that, but whenever things start getting into the riots and people getting harmed and shit like that, you know, the very people that curse the government and shit like that are they going to be the same people that, like, run and hide and hope the government fucking do something for them. So, like, this is the kind of shit that, you know, whether the government's causing it, because in all honesty, I've seen those videos where, whether it's the alt-right or not, I don't know, but people are literally bringing bricks to these places where people are rioting, and their people are wearing all black so they're not seen, whereas everybody else is like, you know, they don't give a fuck. You know, who's got something to hide? Well, whoever wants people to take this to the next level. So, you know, it seems like another play to use people and fucking manipulate people. And so, but nonetheless, in my hometown, we're having a fucking, you know, protest, an organized fucking, you know, show your support for fucking Floyd and whatever the case is, Saturday at 1 p.m. at our fucking city hall. So, you know, I'm going to go down and show my support and see what the fuck's going on. And if I see people dropping off fucking bricks, well, you know, I'm going to put a fucking brick through their fucking car and tell them to stop fucking around with people's emotions and using people as fucking pawns. You know, if I get killed, if I get knocked the fuck out, it is what it is. But, you know, someone's got to fucking stand up to the people manipulating people. Somebody's got to, you know, something's got to give. None of this shit's right. And, you know, the people that are being manipulated don't even know they're being manipulated. And it's shitty for, you know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm being manipulated too. I don't know. But anyways, I'm going to go show my support because I don't believe that anybody should die at the hands of anybody else. Whether that person's a police officer or a fucking another civilian, it doesn't matter. It's not right to do something like that was done. You know, even if the guy was a criminal, there's no reason to kill him like that. That's not the law. the law they are supposed to uphold does not say if someone, whether he was using a counterfeit 20 or not, I don't know the official story, that's what I heard. You know, even if he hurt somebody, even if he killed somebody, the officer is not allowed to kill him. You know what I mean? So, and anyways, it doesn't matter, but he didn't, anyways. I'm not going to talk about that because it is a polarizing thing, and I'm not polarized in that way, but, you know, in the same sense, I'm a little, I'm having a rough day today. One of those days where I can easily lose it. I can easily get out of whack. I can easily just go into an angry fit. So I really got to watch what I do. I got to take breaks often while I'm working, just so if stuff starts going the wrong way, I don't fucking destroy something, you know. I don't go crazy, you know. So I don't know what's going on. Normally when I get these feelings, something bad or something's brewing or something bad's happening either in my home with my children, or, you know, the next day I find out somebody I knew died. Could even be a star that I liked, but, you know, when I have this response, it's like something trying to tell me something's happening that I should be aware of, but I'm not aware of anything because I'm stuck here at fucking my stupid essential service job. But anyways, yeah, so I'm just going to release what I got here. But yeah, if you are in the Cornwall area, you know, you'll see me there. Maybe if I'm not feeling like this anymore, I'll broadcast live from my protest, or at least get some footage and put it on YouTube so you guys can see what my hometown looks like. And, you know, all the people that came out to support George, or I think it's George. I always say Floyd, but I'm not sure which one's which. And I know it's disrespectful. I mean no disrespect, but anyways, so yeah, if all goes well, it's not raining, whatever the case is, even if it's raining, I don't give a fuck. I'll put a poncho on, but yeah, maybe I'll record the protest. So yeah, anyways, I hope you enjoyed and have a great fucking day.